I bet you watched that show, right? That science show, 321 Contact.
Yes, I'm that old. Yes.
I watched it. None of my. Anyway, welcome to the green room, Jamie. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! I wish there was a little confetti we can. Oh, there is. Hold on.
There's new features, folks.
Hold on.
I think Kurt like froze when he hit the confetti. It's like a freeze machine.
Am I frozen?
You were frozen. You were for a second.
Oh, gee. Well, that's the last thing we need.
No. What the? Oh, that's like
Balloons.
That's like a sauna light. We need like
Can you see?
yeah. I see him. It's really unimpressive.
There was another.
Thanks
the
for
other
the birthday
whiteboard.
celebration, Kurt. Appreciate it.
If I zoomed in, would it be better? I don't know. It
I
doesn't.
don't know. It doesn't. It's like it's not doing a whole lot.
Confetti. The other whiteboard app like makes it rain confetti.
Money.
No.
Make it rain.
Do you have any student loan debt that
No.
we need to pay
No.
to make it rain money?
No. I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna. Well, we don't want to share that right now. We'll talk about that on the show.
Gosh, jeez.
But if you're listening, throw a message in the chat in the green room.
This is the green room,
in the
folks.
live
This is
show.
not the episode.
That's why it says at the bottom.
Far more
the green room.
professional. Far more professional than this. This also gives Kurt the time to do all the typing. Like
clickety
change
clack.
clickety clack, clickety clack, 160. Yeah. Ooh.
I did get that.
Okay, just checking.
160 setup.
Just checking.
While I was waiting for you, yeah.
Oh, oh no, sir.
I was waiting for me.
You're waiting for. I was waiting for you. Can you see
Everyone?
him? Can you see him?
No.
Damn it.
No.
Okay,
no.
hold on.
Hold on, but then I need a screenshot. Right. I think you have to twist it.
Oh, there we go.
It is.
Oh, who's that guy?
I got it. I got it.
That's
it's
from
Jamie.
Mom. That's from Mom.
You know, I'm a twin, so my baby pictures always come in pairs.
Ooh, those must be kind of fun though. Like, it's like, ooh, is it a mirror? You know, it's like.
It is like they're
like a Photoshop trick.
We're always posed in a facing position.
That's kind of creepy, actually. Yeah.
You know,
it's like
whose
profile's better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, no, I want to be on the left today.
Yeah, I don't think we had any choices ever.
No, probably not.
Not until we were old. Oh, that's
old enough to fight back.
It's not showing any. Well, there's probably people watching, but you know, you know what's been working lately is that when we talk trash in the green room about Restream, they make changes.
I know. So what do we want? What do we need? We need new buttons.
So
we need new buttons. We
need better stats on the live stream.
We need better stats on the live stream. We also need an air horn.
Air horn, yes, and actually any kind of sound effects.
Yes.
Little cluster of sound effects.
Like cool sound effects. Not where I don't need the visual effects. I just need the sound effects.
But I could probably upload those now and have like a little.
Yeah, well, we just learned that they're like, I heard you guys complaining about uploading music and not being able to loop. We fixed that.
That was like instant.
It was like instantaneous.
I will say thank you. I should say thank you.
We should.
You know, we appreciate the support. The emails are nice too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So now I can loop music and it doesn't lag.
Yep. And speaking of looping music, another thank you to your better half.
Yeah.
In the womb.
The facing, like if I'm this way, he's over here. He's so we're kind of sampling.
He's not still in the womb, folks.
He's
in California.
No, he's the drafts of some new music for the podcast. That's what you hear in the background. This is the draft of the intro. It's called, the code word is intro Nitzer. And then we have outro Nitzer.
And for those folks who are like, why that?
The
It's because
uninitiated.
Jamie like was sending kooky prompts to Kurt and his brother. Um,
Charlie's an AI.
yeah, including
Prompt the AI.
you know, Nitzareb. So
Is it pronounced Nitzer?
I don't know.
Nitz, Nitzer.
When you said it, I was like questioning myself. But you know how I am about that with pronunciations.
Uh, true.
So
So now I'm switching to the outro.
I kind of like the outro better, but don't
I
tell
think we
Charlie.
need. Well, these are only they're short, and so the loop is gonna. It'll be repetitive because they're only like 30 seconds. Because we were talking about intros and outros.
Yeah,
But now that we can upload music, we need to have a longer,
longer versions.
a longer,
Yeah.
a long form.
Well, and honestly too is like it's we were talking about pictures, and I think we're actually going to see an image of him later. But I was talking music with my buddy Tyler, your buddy Tyler, our gracious host in San Francisco
Everybody's
a year
buddy
ago.
Tyler.
Yeah, a year ago. And so yeah, the electronic music always fun with that boy and
Oh, he's a fan too.
oh god, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
I think
that
all
was like
our techs
that
are.
was like studio music,
Yeah.
So it was funny was Tyler and I were able to go have dinner with our friend David at his house, and David's a fabulous chef, and also went to architecture school with us, and so it was a whole lot of like electronic dance music and ambient music, and yeah, it was great. Ambient, what the hell? Ambient?
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
Pronounce words however you want to.
There we go. There we go.
So, yeah. So we have. Well, this is just the warm up, the green room, but we have a fun little chat to talk. A couple of things on the agenda.
On the agenda, we've got a few
In the
things.
show,
There's been news, folks. So there's lots of
Yeah,
fun. Are
not
you
just
ready?
background music.
No, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? No,
Yeah.
no trash talking other podcasts. Just
I
warning
don't
you
do
right
that.
now. Yeah, none of that. None of that in the episode. You can do it right now if you need to.
Is this where I get to talk about true crime podcasts?
Yeah, you can. You could talk about a true crime going on in that studio of yours. No, I'm just kidding. That one's that's clippable right there. There's your 10-second clip. Totally unexpected. Beautiful laugh.
That's a good
from
one.
Kurt. Beautiful laugh from Kurt.
Oh,
He needed that. God,
look at all the
folks.
the
He
shade
needed that.
he threw.
He needed that. Ooh,
The bus. Oh my gosh. I'm not ready for the real thing yet because I need to. I gotta
compose yourself. You need to
I gotta
compose.
get the intro,
Yeah.
the old intro before the new intro. Oh man, oh that. Yeah. Well, anyway, all right. I'm ready. I guess. You
All right.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Hey Jamie, how's it going? Happy
Good.
birthday!
Thank you.
You always gotta. I like celebrating people's birthdays. You know,
No, it's. I mean,
they only happen once a year.
Yes. Yes. This is all true.
Scientifically.
These are all true. All true things. Like true crime. So yeah. See, gotcha again.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
True crime, true
If
story.
you know, you know. If you were listening to the green room, you know what you know.
Well, some people have joined us from the green room, so they know.
Good.
So
Yeah, they got to enjoy that genuine, heartfelt laughter from Kurt, who needed it.
I'm a good laugher.
Yeah.
The wife likes to laugh.
Oh.
Some people probably don't, but they keep it to themselves. So.
It's those non sequiturs that always that's your most endearing quality. Is like is where you're just like it's sort of self deprecating, but it's not because you're actually telling some kind of weird truth that is only in your brain. Like,
Yeah.
but it's a nice story
Yeah.
that everyone else goes, that's why I like Kurt because he can tell these great stories, and then all of a sudden, one of those great stories just takes a really hard left, and then we're over here.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of the hard left,
Mm-hmm.
so baseball,
Oh shit!
baseball,
Oh,
baseball
excuse me.
analogies. Birthday, you get one.
PG-13.
You
Yep,
get one.
I get
I
one.
don't think we don't get knocked. We don't get dings on a.
I know. Gotta keep it clean, folks.
Sometimes our guests throw an occasional
Yeah, no, I know.
4-letter favorite word, but
We're really pretty good, actually. So,
So is it out of left field or out of right field when somebody says
ooh.
something?
Well, usually it's against the lefties. Lefty, right here.
But left field is where right-handed people would hit
I know.
a
So
pull.
why is it coming out of left field? Is it just
I feel
throwing
like it would
shade
be
at the
coming out of right
left-handers?
field.
I don't think they say right field.
I feel like some people.
Well, let's check it. What does the Google say? Like, goodness, is it
Do you ever
out
speaking
of
of googling,
left
do you
field?
do you use Chat GPT for answers?
Sometimes it is out of left field.
Hmm. Danielle used that today.
Out of
Which I,
right field or left field?
she said left field.
See, she's got something against lefties.
Her dad's
Telling
a
you,
lefty.
I am too.
My dad's a lefty. There's a lot of lefties.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she has it, but I think
It's subconscious, dude.
I'm
It's
more
ingrained. It's
impressed that she
ingrained in
used
us from little
it
people.
appropriately. She used a sports analogy.
Ooh.
For her, it's all sports ball.
Is she listening to the subreddit podcast about our baseball?
Is she
Like,
picking up?
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe she's listening to more episodes than you think she is.
I hope so. We use those stats.
Yeah, we need the stats. Come on, family and friends.
Yeah, friends and family discount.
Yeah.
It counts. It's not a discount. Anyway. Oh man. What a day on your it's been fun, like warm up chat, just getting to to hear after
I know. I mean, like even
talking
in
about
the
your
work
birthday.
outfit, I'm not even sporting the comfortable tee and stuff.
I
I know.
realized this is backwards. It's mirror. I got the camera.
You've always been
flip.
backwards. Like every episode that I've ever done this with you, like you've always like the room. Like there was one time where the room flipped on me, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I thought the furniture was completely arranged differently all this time, but
Are you not mirroring your video? This is like some tech.
no, I'm not mirroring my video.
What if I unmirror?
There, holy crap! Yeah, the doors.
Oh,
The doors,
I know
right
why.
there.
Because I don't like it this way.
You're like, I don't like the way this room actually works in real life, so I'm just gonna flip it.
But somehow, apology to listeners who probably don't care. Only the video people can see what's going on now. But anyway, should I leave it this way or should I flip it?
Well, it's nice to when you have text on your shirt that like it's not all gobbledygook. Yeah.
Except, now I can't.
So I mean,
I can't navigate things.
yeah.
Anyway,
I know.
I'll get. I should probably train my brain to do it this way. Anyway,
To read backwards.
no, like well, present right way up, forward, left, right.
See, I think when I do
then,
that to you, and you're like, damn, he's doing it again. But I know why he's doing it. I think we have listeners who are just smiling to themselves because they've been in the room when we do that in real life.
Do which the mirroring of the cameras or
the weird prompts,
this
like
banter.
The banter. I'm talking the banter, not not flipping the mirror in the camera.
Yeah. Apologies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we should probably keep the train moving.
We'll keep going. Get this
So
episode. This is episode 160. Welcome to the show, folks.
so um what's in the coffee cup for the birthday boy?
Well, I'm hearing that I might get some Coffee Sketch coffee in the mail soon, which is awesome because I had to go to the store and get something in between, as sort of like general, like, house roast, easy stuff when you don't want to like grind the beans. You got to have at least one bag of that, like pre-ground. Um, and I had run out. So I think the last time we chatted, it was the community coffee, which is always good. It's a nice little staple, and it's consistent, which I like. But I was going to do that. Absolutely, was going to do that. Was going to lean into it again, and I saw this bag, and it said "Fall Blend" from Starbucks, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like the first day of fall is this week." So um,
Was Saturday.
yeah, so I just was like, "Well, okay, let's try it." And it's a blend. I don't know a blend of what, um, but it also says like it's going to smell like chestnuts, or it has chestnut kind of tones. And I will say, the cup smells like chestnuts. So in a good way, totally
as
in a good way.
as
I made
as
that sound like it
advertised.
was like sort of sketchy, but no, but it's good.
No, yeah, as advertised. It's always good when they're when things actually taste the way they're supposed to.
Yeah. So what about yourself?
I went over myself to the Dales, the bulk, the sort of um, I don't know what do I call it? The sort of mom and pop grocery,
I
organic
have this.
grocery.
Okay, when you've talked about them before, I have this image of this bulk place where like there's a guy or a lady behind the counter, and she's like, "How much do you want?" And there's like a metal thing here, and they just kind of go and like and just like this bucket just opens up like a dump truck of beans, like on Kurt's head.
I've been trying to drink a little less coffee, so not a dump truck,
Not a dump truck full. Okay,
not a 500 pound bag.
bigger than a bread basket.
Yeah, I have to. It's self serve,
Yeah,
but
with the there's a pulley.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's actually a lot of fun. So I think I got an Italian roast, so it's a little bit darker. I think it's called. I don't have it in front of me. I should have, but it's called like firecracker or something fun. I thought it was nice. It's actually pretty tasty, But I need to get
buy
back
local if you
to
can, folks. Buy
right,
local if you
yeah,
can. Yep.
local and in bulk. Save the planet, drink some coffee. Although I need to get back onto some rootless soon because our friends,
Need to show us some love.
you know.
Sorry, that was a non sequitur.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to solicit some
Maybe,
sponsorship over here?
maybe they could just do a fun promo with our stuff.
We should
that
do
would
something.
that would be cool because they do some fun promos. So I have to
I
say,
like their ads.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like better than television commercials these days. So there's that. So what was the other current events that we were gonna before the sketch that we were gonna talk about?
Well, um, it's almost October.
Oh, that's yeah, right.
So that's
Yeah.
number one. Almost October, and we might have talked about this in the past. Oh yes, we have. Arc Inktober. So Arc Inktober, Jamie always tries to do all of the days. So we get these wonderful prompts from a friend of ours who curates them. Sometimes he goes out and solicits ideas from folks and then picks a few. So Kurt has them up here on the screen, just as sort of a nice little teaser. And he's definitely leaned in to a generational divide. So I'm like, it's going to be fun. remember those years where I was trying to do Arc Inktober and Inktober when there was two different prompts and like I was trying to tie them together in the same sketch.
Yeah.
Whew, that was a mess. But I am challenging Kurt right here on this 150. No, this is 160 episode. I am challenging Kurt. Okay, because we're still in September. That he needs to really focus on this list and just get after it. And he's got to do as many of these as he can. I'm gonna beat him. So there's no
Yeah.
prize. There's no prizes involved because we know how prizes work between the two of us. So
True. I won't. I take no offense.
no offense.
You're right.
None taken.
No cap. I
Yeah.
think I might have used that right. I don't know.
Maybe that was fast too. That was like you didn't even think about it.
I may have had some coaching from some students.
Mm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think this even skips that generation. Some
Maybe.
of these terms. But that's anyway. So this will be fun. There's some good terms. I don't know how to. That's the challenge of the day. So we have a week.
I'm just telling you
a little
like,
more than no. Just
I'm just telling you right now. Like, so these are all coming out, folks, and I am going to try and also challenge myself, and just because like I'm doing extra, like I'm just decided I'm going to do extra. So each one of these is also going to get a musical track. Like, so I'm going to curate a sketch and a musical track with it. And the reason why this sort of like jumped out is number 2 on there. Do you know the band? Do you know where I'm going? Do you know where I'm going with this?
UB40.
There you go. There you go.
Red wine.
That's my boy.
Well, so yes. So yes, that so you have a track for day 2, October 2nd, but you need
I will have a track for all of them. I promise you.
Small identity. Okay. Some of these, yeah. Okay, good. Well, anyway,
number 1 might have
that's the warm up.
Might have a Bjork track associated with it, but I'm just saying. So, okay.
Yeah, this will be fun. All right, let's just quick pan to the sketch for the day, which is paired with a photo of the same space, which is the opposite direction for those that are paying attention. Although I had to ask, so if you didn't pick up on that, I would not blame you. But so is it it's like a courtyard that have facing
two facing buildings.
Two buildings. Okay.
And it's sort of bifurcated, sort of cut in half by this sort of courtyard space. This is in Austin, Texas. And I think the way to best describe this for folks that I've heard it, and then it really resonates in real life this way, is this designed building by a Pritzker Prize winning architect, Alejandro Aravena, Chilean. Pritzker Prize in 2016, which is effectively like the Nobel Prize for architecture. Amazing architect. This is his only building in Texas, only building in Austin. We only have one Pritzker Prize winning architect with a building in Austin as of right now. And this is it. And so this building, think of like a geode. So a rock with a crystalline form on the inside and kind of a hard rock exterior.
Okay.
And that is absolutely the best metaphor for this building.
I like that.
So when I was sharing this with Kurt, earlier, is he was remarking about the brick pattern. So the exterior of this brick has a real distinctive brick pattern, and it kind of has a really rough kind of texture. And then on the inside of this geode, kind of the space that you're seeing both in the photo as well as the sketch, has a really kind of bright, fun, geometric pattern, but it's in color and it's extremely bright. And then the brick itself also changes too. It becomes sort of smooth, as if it's sort of been cleaved and kind of cut to
Hmm.
reveal this kind of interesting space in between. Um, and so, in this particular case, with these two images on the screen as we're talking about it, on one side is me looking one way doing a sketch, and then the other way is me looking the other way taking a picture of our friend Tyler.
And the geode is sort of emphasized by the glass, the curtain walls of glass. Is it red on both sides?
Yeah, so same color pattern that you're seeing here in the color photo is this is represented the other way as well. So it's
Oh, yeah.
red and black and white, um, kind
Yeah.
of the black is sort of a tint to it.
Yeah.
But it's dormitory space.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay. I was just
yeah,
going
so
to
there's
ask what kind of I was going to ask if it was a science
I
classroom,
know, wouldn't that be awesome? No, it's
earth science or something,
mhm.
geology.
No, it's a this is a smaller university in Austin, St. Edward's University, and kind of in between, kind of where I live on the south side of town and sort of downtown. I'm only about 7 miles from downtown, but this is kind of in between those two, and so a small kind of liberal arts, college, really, for all intents and purposes. Um, but yeah, this is a dormitory, and so there's also some dining spaces and study spaces and things like that in it as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to cheat and zoom in a bit on the photo with the kind of the intersection of the rough brick, smooth brick, and then the glass curtain wall. Um, just because I really like the roughness of the brick. It's almost like they broke the brick, and then uh, just on one face of the building, and because it just looks like broken pieces. It doesn't even look like an orderly uh, pattern. It's just these sort of smashed bricks. Anyway, I like that effect. I've been working on a lot of brick these days, and it's kind of fun to see different technique and and methodology. With masonry, it's it's not. How do I put it? I don't want to be uh, short sighted, but it's maybe around my parts. It's kind of hard to find good masons or masons that are willing to kind of go in a particular direction. And I am working with one that is very open minded, good communicator, and hopefully I'm going to try and keep pushing my own boundaries with brick and masonry.
Well, but I think that
So
that's sort of telling, just sort of all kind of craft like industries, is that you're going to have people who have the skills to do the work, but then, as you say, is as those individuals are are themselves pressed into thinking about something a little differently, within their own realm. Are they willing to take that leap of logic and try something a little bit to get effects like this, and kind of understand that the way we're going to lay this brick wall on this side is going to be one way, running bond, really
mhm.
straightforward, clean mortar joints, and then on this other, we're purposely trying to gain that texture. We're almost looking for that cut brick, um, that cleaved kind of face that you're talking about, where it looks like it's almost been broken to a certain degree, and that those two side by side that you see even here, and then with the sort of the crispness of that, not Christmas, not Christmas,
the
crispness,
the
crisp.
Christmas
Yeah,
class.
we need to do like vocal exercises before we do the episodes. So, not just a laugh track. We need to do vocal exercises. Note to self.
I think we
But yeah,
got it. Yeah, we
but
got it.
that crisp edge of that metal against that brick, and then sort of that channel glass kind of in there, is really really pretty nice.
Is that channel glass
Ah, I think
or is it a curtain wall
it's
or
probably
could
a
a
curtain
combo?
wall. Maybe a combo. Kind of hard to tell.
Oh, what have you
I have been inside the building, but I haven't been
have
in
you so is that space um the dorm rooms, or is it a circulation space, all this glass?
some of them are rooms, some of them are corridor, and
So I
some,
wonder what that effect is like in the interior with the red glass. Does it
the,
give it a glow?
it does. And in some of the spaces, it's the the rooms themselves. It's a little kind of funny. I mean, it's they feel a little bit monastic,
Hmm.
but at the same time, maybe that's just like my like not remembering that dorm rooms were kind of monastic, before you decorated them. So
Right.
um,
Yeah, they're pretty simple. Yeah.
pretty simple rooms.
Yeah, I like. I mean, I'm glad we paired these up. It's fun to show sometimes when you grab the image um, next to the sketch, and obviously there's a clear um, consistency, say from the proportion of your hand sketch to the angles in the photograph, um, vanishing points, perspective, overall framing. You know how some. I mean, as we learn to sketch and as we get better at sketching, I can at least think back to when I was young, and you try and you're sketching on site, like you said, in situ, as you like to use, and um, I run out of page before I actually capture the sort of frame of the sketch because I haven't worked the proportion quite right, and then
Well,
it turns into something else, which is fine.
which is fine, right?
And but you're very good at it, and I think as one gets better at sketching, creating, translating the full scale real thing onto a piece of paper that is limited in dimension,
Well,
you
we
know
haven't talked about this in a while. It's been a few episodes. I mean, this is 160. But I know that we have, I know that we have talked about it before. Is I've referred to it a couple of different ways. Sometimes I call it tapping the page, and so I'll kind of tap different spots on the page as I'm trying to get what you're talking about in terms of laying out kind of the both the composition, but also getting the scale right and trying to say, okay, yeah, that's that spot. That spot is right here. So if that spot's right here, the scale that I'm seeing it at, and that my eye is sort of understanding this space, then
Mm.
that wall ends right here, and then it extends to here, and that's where that break in the shadow line is, and so forth, and in that the plane of that kind of broken concrete, which you actually see in the sketch. Um, Tyler remarked about those when we were on site. He's like, those are kind of fun. Like they actually have one that's sort of laying down in this courtyard space, and they have another one that's sort of canted up against the wall that you don't see in this particular sketch, but it's in this same little courtyard. And what his remark was is, I'd not thought about this way. Those large kind of monolithic concrete pieces that don't seem to have any relationship to the buildings themselves suggest that something has happened in this space, that there's something else going to get revealed, when you're kind of in that courtyard from a distance. So, as we kind of approached it, to this kind of open space between these two vantage points that you're seeing on the screen, these concrete monoliths, one tipped up against the building and one laying on the ground, really suggest, oh wow, there's a gathering point. There's sort of something, this confluence of something in this space, design wise, and then you kind of get this, kind of reveal of the red and all the wonderful glass space. But that tapping, the reason why I bring it up is I haven't heard anybody else describe it as tapping per se. I know that isn't me originating it. I probably had a teacher or somebody else, kind of use that term with me. But literally in the last month, I was watching an Instagram reel from another artist that I like because of the way they were kind of explaining how they draw. And I find their explanations really, really good, kind of mechanically about the process. But they use the word tapping, and so
Oh.
I think it's maybe something more universal than I even recognized myself. But definitely, it's a way to kind of gauge your work on your own page, whatever size tablet you're working on.
Well, that's cool. I've never actually heard that. Well, you might have brought it up before, but I've not heard it too often. I like that. It's always good, even for me. I definitely don't sketch as much as you do, but
You will
I
be in
do.
October.
October, yeah, I need to get my Arc in Inktober warm up going, and so I will be tapping the page to. I kind of sort of visualize it as like you're kind of probing or scanning the surface, kind of like how my 3D printer uh, sort of understands its boundaries. Same thing, right? It just doop 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 doop. It's kind of interesting similarities that way. It's
That's going to be your
hand
soundtrack.
eye, sort of brain
Doot, 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 doot.
brain right, yeah, beep pop boop boop pop.
Yep.
Uh, and so anyway, really good, really fun sketch. A building I'm not even familiar with. I'm a big fan of Aravena's work. Primarily, I mean, in a nutshell, he. I think he won the Pritzker. Well, I wouldn't say primarily, but predominantly on his social housing work because he's been very outspoken about, uh, you know, housing availability and affordability, especially in his part of the world in South America. And but then on the other hand, he does custom projects like these, single one-off projects that are not. A lot of his housing projects are somewhat modular or repeatable, for cost purposes, but he does a little bit of both. And I wouldn't necessarily say he kind of is like Robin Hood, where he gets these nice commissions and then he offsets like the social housing work with like the higher end commissions. But maybe that is in his business model. Um, but I guess I'm speculating without knowing for sure. But at least it's nice to see the range in the portfolio, though, right? To have things on both ends of the. It's not even really a spectrum, right? Because I don't want to say that affordable housing is meant to be uh,
Less
low
than.
cost or
Yeah.
less than, but it's like two
It's
totally
sort of
different avenues of practice.
well, it's sort of the flip is that it's that you know architecture is for everyone. That there isn't a
Hmm.
spectrum. It's just more of a um, an opportunity to bring architecture to
Yeah.
everyone at all scales, and that all
Right.
projects get
Right.
the same attention, big or
High
small,
quality. Yep.
high quality. Um, you know, and high quality doesn't necessarily need to equate to high dollar.
Right.
And so I think that that's something that even in this particular case, this is a dorm room. These are dorms, so there's an affordability to the budget of these buildings. Yes, it's a private university, but I think that even in that, there's good design that could be had, with certain design decisions. And this is certainly a very, very different building than others that are on campus. Just like many universities that folks might be familiar with, or campus-like environments, whether it's a healthcare provider or something else. Oftentimes, they have a palette of materials. So, in this particular case, that university has a particular brick that they like,
Oh
and
yeah.
so in this particular case, this building utilizes that brick. But as you were saying, kind of coming full circle, here he shows them how that brick can do a lot of different things, all in the same building. And I think that's where the power of design and architecture really comes into play. And I think your admiration for his work is entirely justified for sure.
Yeah, and we should say as we kind of wrap this up here, this building actually predates his Pritzker by a little bit, maybe 8 years. So yeah, I guess you could give credit to the university for finding him before he made his Pritzker. But um, yeah, you're right. So that's interesting. Now I got to add the one more thing, but yeah, I know a lot of universities have a palette. USC likes their particular brick blend. Some schools probably even have their own custom blend of brick and things like that. So interestingly, I just when you pointed that out, it's just kind of find it interesting that a small school like that, small liberal arts private school, actually did have a palette. Usually the smaller schools, like where I teach, Lawrence Tech, there's not there's I don't think there's a language that they're trying to. They just kind of have
Now who's
singular.
throwing shade? Come on, give them a little credit. They probably have a palette somewhere. It's just maybe thinner,
Well,
thinner palette.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think it's kind of nice to have. If you don't, I mean, like certain campuses are very monochromatic, right? Because you have all of the same materiality, and sometimes, to me, it sometimes can be too overwhelming. Having a little diversity or a little more broader range. But
You're
anyway, that
eclectic.
could be
You're
a.
saying that you're eclectic. Well, I will say, to close it out here, I expect some eclecticism with the sketches
You
and
will.
and the challenge for the musical selections if you even go that route. So I'm not going to say that you have to do all music for all of yours, but the gauntlet has been tossed down on the ground, and Kurt is accepted the challenge that he's going to do 31 sketches for the month of October. You heard it here.
Not 32,
No,
31.
31.
Yeah, thanks for the challenge. It'll be bragging rights as we get going, right? All right. Good sketch.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.